The next move on Bitcoin is more obvious than you're probably thinking, because there is a ton of liquidity exactly piling up above us again here. And historically, always whenever this happens, Bitcoin moves towards that target. We are right now also breaking above the middle range of support. We are seeing a big consolidation with lower high structure and higher low structure getting created. The Bitcoin price has to make a decision anytime soon on which direction it's going to be breaking towards. And on today's update video, I will be exactly breaking down for you guys out there what we're exactly seeing on the market right now. What are the most important charts telling us? What are the price targets telling us for Bitcoin right now? And of course, I'm going to be talking about ETH that is still in this consolidation phase. And of course, my big trades I am currently opening up on ETH right here. So a lot to talk about on today's update video. So don't forget to once again slap up that like button. Back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. To kick off the video, yesterday Michael Saylor bought over 10,000 Bitcoins once again here. So there is still strong accumulation going on from his side. But also yesterday on the spot Bitcoin ETF, we saw over $400 million worth of Bitcoin getting bought and about $20 million worth of ETH here. Then also later today, we will be having the Senate hearing for the final passage on the vote of the Genius stablecoin bill. It's basically a bill on regulating stablecoins in the US here. So ultimately, if this bill is going to be approved, it is going to be super bullish for the entire crypto sector in the US and of course for all markets. But discussing the price action on Bitcoin real quickly, on the 4-hourly time frame, we are clearly seeing a big range of resistance on the top side getting created. And on the lower side, of course, a big level of support. I talked many times before about this very important middle range of support / resistance. And that is exactly the level where we are right now retesting and where we're currently bouncing from. So things over there are also looking very great there. Bitcoin so far is still holding exactly on towards this level. And basically what we're seeing right now in this consolidation phase is that we're creating lower highs with, of course, a double rejection from the previous high right here, and a higher low structure from the low where we actually also got supported by from the previous low in the market. So Bitcoin is creating a consolidation phase with, of course, lower highs and higher lows here. And ultimately, this trend is going to be breaking on one direction. So either it's going to be breaking on the top side or either on the lower side. So it really depends on what price action and what target Bitcoin is going to be attacking next year. But basically, we're sitting in this range between $108,000 and $104,000. But in my opinion, is the 106K level where we're currently literally trading on also a very important level, because that is the middle range of support here where we clearly have got rejected from multiple times, where we have been breaking below from multiple times, and always if we do so we see a big drop. And of course last time around we also have seen big support getting created from of this exact level. So this is just a very important level to be paying attention towards, and basically Bitcoin is just coiling up in this consolidation phase here. And at the same time, while we're seeing Bitcoin fighting its way up and down here, we are also right now seeing there's a massive amount of liquidity being piled up on the top side, literally on the all-time high of Bitcoin. You can see it over here on this chart. Last time around, we always found the liquidity and squeezed through it, of course. And now we're seeing a big amount of Bitcoin short liquidations getting piled up here. We're seeing the funding rate still being below neutral, which means the majority of the traders are still opening up short positions. And yes, that liquidity lays around $111,000, and 9 out of the 10 times Bitcoin grabs out the liquidity. So this is a very important chart. You have to understand it is really making it quite obvious for us right now on what is likely going to be happening next year. But yeah, I am personally super excited on how this is going to be playing out here. So Bitcoin on the 12-hour time frame, we're creating a down sloping resistance line or sloping support line. Basically also over here, we're creating a consolidation pattern, which is about to be breaking out here. Of course, I've already talked multiple times about this inverse head and shoulders pattern also on Bitcoin, which we are creating on the daily / 2-day time frame. And yeah, this one is really going to get confirmed whenever we do see the break above $110,000, which is the most critical level of resistance for Bitcoin right now. Then there are numerous other charts that are basically predicting and telling us a very, very similar story. And of course, basically what I want to be highlighting is that Bitcoin in this cycle has always moved in these ranges. We have seen consolidation ranges, exponential phase towards the upside, consolidation phase, move down, and then another move up. That is at least how this bull market has moved yet so far. Of course, last bull market was just one big move towards the upside, so it is clearly a little bit different this time around here. We've seen a lot of consolidation, which is ultimately a very great thing because that makes the Bitcoin price action more stable, and ultimately we're probably not going to be seeing a blow off top like we saw in 2017, right? But I do really think that on the next rally higher, I for sure will be taking some aggressive profits around 140 towards about $130,000 because it does make a lot of sense to do so in my opinion. So yeah, that is my exact strategy right now here. Of course, on the price action on Bitcoin on the daily time frame, we're just seeing that really Bitcoin is still following the global liquidity. We are right now having a massive increasement in global liquidity. So ultimately, if Bitcoin is going to be following it, it will be a very great period in the market for us all here. And that is, of course, happening somewhere around right now here. And of course, every major move on Bitcoin has been corresponded with big increases in global money supply here. So if you want to be trading this, don't forget to check out BTTC in the link description of today's video. There's an insane 10% deposit bonus right now available. So let's say you deposit $1,000, you get an extra $100 on your first deposit. Let's say you deposit $10,000, you get a free $1,000 US. And make sure it's only on your first deposit, so make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. If you sign up an account using that link below, guys, you will be able to get this insane deposit bonus. It's, of course, a very great exchange with a lot of pairs listed. So, yeah, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. Further on, I want to be talking a little bit about ETH. ETH is still in this consolidation phase. Obviously, Bitcoin has been doing very strong here, but it has been also very boring, right? This consolidation phase where we're looking at right now on Bitcoin has already lasted for about 38 to 39 days here. So, I mean, time goes by very, very quickly, and we've been already consolidating above 100K for about 39 days right now here. And it's a very similar story for ETH here. ETH has been also consolidating for about 39 days in this sideways consolidation phase. But as soon as such patterns are going to be breaking out here, we're expecting a very explosive breakout just like we got last time around, right? That is exactly what we're predicting once again for ETH. Here on the weekly time frame, you can just see clearly where the resistance is laying, and whenever we're going to be breaking above that resistance, we're just going to be having an explosive move here. And of course, we're seeing more and more liquidity also flowing towards ETH here. Of course, we have seen the spot Ethereum ETF has started to see massive inflows here, and yeah, really everything is right now perfectly lining up here for a very strong ETH season in the upcoming period. So ETH compared to Bitcoin is of course still in this ascending triangle, and whenever we are seeing a breakout outside of this pattern, we could be in for a massive move over here. So I'm super excited for what is about to be happening next year. We're creating this ascending triangle. We're creating this wedge right now here on the daily time frame, and really whenever we're going to be clearing the resistance, we could be in for a run all the way up to about $4,000. And that is personally where I am projecting my ETH price action towards, and that is where I'm heavily betting my odds on here. So guys, this was it for me in today's update video. I did a very big deep dive in towards the imminent short term of Bitcoin. If you did enjoy it, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.